See, this is the biggest question, and we get a lot of emails coming into us like, you tell us about the problems, but you don't tell us how to solve them.
So let's talk about Denmark. Can we talk about Denmark, Polly?
That's exactly where I was going.
This is what's so important is we can make the difference. We are the 99%. The powers that be that are pushing this are the 1%. So Denmark so inspires me. It's a small country, but it's a country with which the US and the World Health establishments have deep connections. And apparently there was a bill that was put through their legislature saying they're going to allow the police to target certain groups, and they may actually forcibly vaccinate some people. People took to the streets with posters, with joy, with resolve. They protested for 9 days. Polly, the bill was scrapped. It's no more. It's gone because they poked the bear. People stood up. They said, we're not going to do this. This is outrageous. We're not going to allow a government to strap people down and inject them with unwanted chemicals. It's not happening. And they stood up and they made the difference. And we can do that. We absolutely can do that. I'm not saying it's going to be the same recipe everywhere. It's likely to be different recipes elsewhere. But like what you're saying, when we unite, when we take coordinated action, when we say health decisions, anything that goes inside our bodies, that's an individual decision. And we are on the side of law, Polly. We are on the side of accepted medical ethics. Prior, free, and informed consent is the bedrock of medicine in the modern world. We're not asking or asserting anything that's radical. We are asserting what is our birthright in the modern world. Informed consent.
And I mean, congratulations to Denmark, and everybody took part in that. But on the same note, we're seeing, just before we came on this live, I was watching a live from the UK where people were protesting, and they're getting fined 10,000, they're getting beaten as well. I mean, it's there, you can see it. But I mean, we've got to keep going. There's not enough of those people. How many people do you think, estimate-ish, were on the street in Denmark? Was it a big crowd?
I mean, I've just seen photos, Polly. I haven't talked to people on the ground, but it looks like there were, thousands of people. But even hundreds of people makes a difference. Even if the media doesn't cover it, the people that are there talk to the people that weren't there. I mean, and it's not the only way to show up, right? It's not the only way to show up. There are other ways. There's letters, there's actions, there's, where you spend your money, where you go, whether or not you comply with these things. But, our actions are going to make a difference, right? We know that we're coming into the really pressure zone soon, right? As soon as these vaccines have gotten these emergency use authorizations, Polly, we're going to be in a new phase, right? And we know that the pressure is going to be ramped up against people like us and against our organizations. And so now is a great time for us to be speaking out, doing what we're doing, fighting the censorship, creating those bonds so that we will, we will be linked up when more pressure does come our way. I think we have to expect that realistically. Back, you'll remember after 9/11, there was the anthrax scare in the United States. There was an episode where people died. There was through the post office and so on. And the George W. Bush administration made a concerted effort to have all healthcare workers in the United States take anthrax vaccines. The healthcare workers pushed back. They said, we're not doing this. This is a dangerous experimental vaccine. We're not taking it. It died, Polly. It died. People's actions matter. The powers that be cannot go up against everybody. They just can't. And even if we're not everybody, if we put significant numbers of people who say no to these interventions against these policies, they have no alternative but to back down, Polly. They really don't.